welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, July 20th, 2020.
That's right, it's all of the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less.
And boy, howdy, do we have a lot of news for you this week. Kicking things off, Players Tour Finals coverage is coming up this weekend.
That's right. It is standard constructed on Saturday and Sunday, and then there will be double elimination top 8 on August 1st.
Yeah, it's going to feature 145 of the best players playing the game right now, players that have qualified from the 7 Players Tour events. There's a $250,000 prize pool. First place gets $10,000. And like we said, you can watch live. The broadcasts always start at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And like Megan mentioned, the top 8 is actually going to be the following weekend on Saturday, August 1st. But there's going to be a preview show that will air on Friday, the day before, to kind of get you ready for that top 8.
That's right. And in addition to many of the familiar faces that you know and love on Magic coverage, there are some new casters, including Corey Baumeister, Monty DeVuti, and Daquan Watson.
You'll also get to see some new Double Masters preview cards during the tournament. Keep in mind, the top 16 from this tournament get an invite to the new seasoned Grand Finals, which is also a $250.
$250, kids.
$250,000 prize pool.
Jumpstart is available on Arena now. When you join, you can pick from 2 different themes from 2 different sets of 3 choices. You keep the cards you play, and you can play them in Historic.
Yeah, I've been having a ton of fun with Jumpstart. I hope they do events like this again. It's been a total blast, and I've been building up my Historic collection, which is really good because we've got a big Historic event coming up that we're going to tell you about in a couple of minutes.
That's right. There's a new Arena State of the Game, and at the top of it, there is an Arena Open happening on August 1st and 2nd, and it is Historic. And in addition to the other prizes, which are the same as last time, including $1,000 and $2,000 cash prizes, if you earn 5 or more wins on day 2, you can participate in the next qualifier weekend, so that gets you around the ladder.
That's really awesome. So a shortcut to participating in that big tournament if you do well enough in this Historic Open. Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, there's also going to be a Historic All Access FMN at home on Friday, July 24th. So you can try out a whole bunch of Historic decks. In that event, you will have access to 4 of any card that is legal in Historic on Arena. So get out there and try out some decks before you settle on something for that Historic Open.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. And by the way, Meg and I will be talking about lots of really cool historic brews this week on Good Luck High Five. So check out that podcast dropping on Tuesday.
That's right. Monarchkhet Remastered is arriving on August 13th on Arena. They say that the combined card count from both Monarchkhet and Hour of Devastation has landed at about 340 cards, with a focus on the limited play experience of Draft and Sealed, plus Pioneer and continued support for Historic.
Plus, Pioneer Masters will be coming to Arena by the end of this year, they say. They'll take cards from Pioneer legal sets and will combine them into one cohesive draftable set. So lots of focus here from Wizards of the Coast going into Historic and going into Pioneer. Plus, the Historic Anthology 4 is going to drop in early 2021.
That's right. Next up, Double Masters previews have begun. There will be 2 rares and 2 foils per pack in Double Masters, in case you cannot yet hear. In case you have not yet heard.
Yeah, and if you want a list of where to find all of the preview cards previewed by your favorite content creators, we've got a link in the show notes or below the video to where and when you can find those preview cards happening. Ours are coming out on the 30th, so keep your eyes open for that. And if you just can't get enough Double Masters, if you're like, yeah, Double Masters is really extra, but I want extra, well, Double Masters VIP edition has been introduced. So this is even more Double Masters. It's got lots and lots of full arts, lots and lots of foils, including full art lands and foil lands. So if that's your kind of thing, Double Masters VIP edition will certainly be what you'll be looking for. By the way, Double Masters will be released on August 7th in paper and on Magic Online on the 6th.
The Red Bull Untapped International Qualifier 3 was this past weekend. Hoshiyuki won with Mono White Aggro.
You know, the hero we didn't know that we needed, but we certainly did, because this top 8 had in 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, and 8th place, all Reclamation decks.
That's right. And in 7th, it was Bant Ramp.
So not a real relief there. Yeah, Reclamation was nearly 40% of the field on day 2, but
Oof.
Mono White Aggro took the whole thing down. Hoshiyuki, congratulations. You have qualified for the finals for Red Bull Untapped coming up later this year. That's 16 spots for a huge prize pool. And if you want to play in one of these, international qualifiers are open to everybody. The next one is happening on August 8th.
There are a bunch of organized play changes for the 2021 season for MPL and Rivals. So at the top of that list, MPL and Rivals will return to in-league play to determine seasonal standings. So each league will play in 7 league weekends over the course of the season, 2 during Zendikar Rising, 3 during the winter set, and 2 during the spring set. A league weekend will have 2 separate 6-round Swiss tournaments per league, one on each day of the weekend.
Yeah, so if you remember those splits that we were watching along with last time for the MPL, it'll be something I imagine kind of similar to that we saw before.
That's right. And some of the biggest news also coming out of this is that there are going to be a lot of changes to the MPL roster. Only the top 4 players who are in the MPL will then qualify for the 2021-2022 season.
Holy cow, that is a huge amount of turnover every year.
Yeah, so if the ranked 1 through 4 players in the MPL will make up the next pro league, then the top 4 ranked players from Rivals, and then they are going to feed a gauntlet once again. So there will be an MPL gauntlet and a Rivals gauntlet, and the top 4 from each of those will go into the MPL. The 4 highest finishing Rivals and the 4 highest finishing challengers from the Rivals gauntlet.
Wow, so that's big shakeup there to organized play as we head into a season that's once again filled with so many question marks because of the state of the world that we're living in.
So many question marks. And then obviously there's the Rivals League, which will be made up of 48 players for the 2021-22 season. So there will be the 16 players relegated from the MPL gauntlet, the 16 players who stay in the Rivals League, and then the other players who stay from the Rivals League, and then the other players who get kicked down from the MPL gauntlet.
Wow.
So, if you want to look at those flowcharts, there's a link in the show notes to the places where you can look at that organized play announcement, because it is a big one. And obviously there are a lot of details in here that we can't get into the nitty gritty of. But if you are interested in MPL or Rivals, head on over there and check it out.
Yeah, I think basically the overall message is MPL really, really tough to stay in that from one year to the next, but Rivals is a little bit easier to qualify for.
That's right. And last up, the Zendikar Rising split this fall. They're still going to have ranked play that lead to qualifier weekends. And then those feed the Zendikar Rising Championship, which has a $250,000 prize pool, will be played remotely on Arena. And the top finishers also get an invite to that Rivals Gauntlet.
Ooh, okay. So Wizards of the Coast, by the way, also says they are leaving flexibility for in-person tournaments to qualify for this event. As the pandemic unfolds, they're going to keep their eye on it and see what happens.
That's right. They say that there's, obviously they want people to be able to get back to tabletop play. And part of that is having, a lot of high-level competitive opportunities. But it's just one of those things. As it unfolds, we'll see what happens.
Well, that is all the magic news you need for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can check out our full-length podcast. It's called Good Luck High Five, found anywhere you find your podcasts. And you can support us over on patreon.com/GLHFmagic.